As part of the ongoing ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas, both sides have exchanged detainees, sparking relief and controversy. Among those released were four female Israeli soldiers: Karina Reeve, Daniela Gilboa, Nama Levy, and Liri Albag, captured during the October 2023 escalation. In exchange, dozens of Palestinian detainees, including 22-year-old activist Amal Qasem and 17-year-old student Rami Sulaiman, were freed from Israeli prisons. The Israeli detainees have been described by their families as young women serving mandatory military duty. The Palestinian individuals, many of whom were held without trial under administrative detention, were detained during military raids in occupied territories, often for alleged protests or resistance activities. Palestinian families welcomed the return of their loved ones, but many pointed to the broader context of mass incarcerations. Human rights organizations have long criticized Israel's policies of detaining Palestinians, including children, under administrative detention without charges. This practice, widely seen as a violation of international law, affects thousands of Palestinians who are held indefinitely without trial or due process. The agreement also underscores the disparity in the conditions of detention. While the Israeli captives were held in Gaza under uncertain conditions, Palestinian detainees reported harsh treatment in Israeli prisons, including allegations of mistreatment and the lack of access to adequate legal representation. This exchange is part of a broader ceasefire deal, involving the release of 33 Israelis in return for 1,900 Palestinian detainees. The imbalance in numbers reflects the asymmetry of power and control in the conflict, with Israel detaining a disproportionately higher number of Palestinians compared to Hamas's ability to capture Ellis. The release sparked mixed reactions in both societies. In Israel, the return of the women was met with relief and celebration, but debates continue about whether releasing a large number of Palestinian detainees compromises national security. Critics fear that some of the released Palestinians may rejoin resistance efforts against Israel. On the Palestinian side, the prisoner releases are seen as a bittersweet victory. Many of those freed were nonviolent protesters, students, and community leaders who symbolized the larger struggle against occupation. For families, the joy of reunion is tempered by the knowledge that thousands remain behind bars. This prisoner exchange is a vivid reminder of the entrenched power dynamics and human toll of the ongoing conflict. While the temporary ceasefire offers a glimmer of hope, the deep-rooted grievances, occupation, blockades, and systemic inequalities remain unresolved. The challenge now lies in whether both sides can move beyond symbolic gestures toward genuine efforts for long-term peace and justice.